Let's jump right into this article that appeared in the Daily Mail today while the impeachment charade is going on in the House of Representatives. Classic patriarchal entitlement complex. Female members hit out at loser, cuckolded men joining the wing, the private club sanctuary aimed at high-flying women. Oh dear. Now, if you're expecting introspection or even consistency from the women involved in this little hen party, prepare to be disappointed. From the article, members of an exclusive women's club have hid out after the company said that men are allowed inside following a discrimination lawsuit. Female members of the wing, which has properties across the U.S. and in London, described male guests at the club as losers and cucked boyfriends. But I thought that women were so kind and empathetic and just wanted love and peace for everyone in the world. No real woman would ever try to shame a man to get her own way, right? Nagging, scheming, manipulation, backbiting. These women are just a patriarchal myth. No real woman would ever try to verbally abuse a man to get what she wants. That's just something that us bitter, little-dicked, mother-hating manosphere types came up with to blind all the other men from the truth that women are wonderful. Or, you could take these actual women at their own word and call them the female chauvinists and assholes that they are. Your choice, no pressure. Back to the article. One said male visitors display a classic patriarchal entitlement complex by wanting to be inside the clubhouses, which are billed as a space for female empowerment. Now, I'm pretty sure that if I open up my copy of the DSM-5, I won't see patriarchal entitlement complex listed as a mental disorder. So, whoever this woman got her psychiatry degree from, she should probably go back to them and get her money. Now, the law doesn't recognize a space for female empowerment, but you know what the law does recognize? A place of public accommodation. Now, I'm not going to turn this video into a full-on legal analysis, but according to New York law, the wing is a place of public accommodation because they sell, offer, or provide goods, services, facilities, accommodations, advantages, or privileges. And they aren't a private club because they have more than 400 members, sell food, and they accept dues and fees from non-members in furtherance of trade or business, meaning that they cannot discriminate on the basis of sex. Oops. Sorry, ladies. I'm afraid that billing and advertising do not trump the rule of law. Female empowerment does not trump the rule of law. Female chauvinism and anti-male discrimination are not legal, at least not yet, and not in America. And best of all, do you know who feminists have to blame for this state of the law? Themselves. Feminists deployed this public accommodation argument against men's clubs and boys' clubs, and now they get to lie in the bed that they've made for themselves. Enjoy it. Not that any of you are making beds anyway, because domestic chores are patriarchal and oppressive and practically rape. Back to the article. Caitlin Phillips, a 29-year-old member of the New York branch of the club, told the New York Post, "There's usually at least one man whenever I visit. It's bizarre to choose to occupy a space women specifically wanted for themselves." The wing bills itself as a women's club and working space modeled after the clubs of the late 19th and 20th centuries that were established by women who were excluded from male-only clubhouses and educational institutions. Can we try that again? You know, men can have their own stuff that women aren't allowed to be in. Women can have their own stuff that men aren't allowed to be in. And if some men and women want to have a club for men and women, they can have that. And we can all enjoy our natural right as human beings to associate or not associate with people as we choose. Or are we going to persist in this nanny state horseshit where women complain and whine and the government tries to make men pretend like women are cool or likable or even interesting and that we should give them our time? Back to the article. The wing was founded in 2016 and initially promoted itself as a women-only space. But in January this year, it clarified that stance following a $12 million discrimination lawsuit brought by 53-year-old James Peterangelo in 2018. Peter Angelo in his suit alleged that after he applied for membership at one New York branch, he was told he would be declined specifically because he is a man. Oh, that was a mistake. But female arrogance is just boundless. When women think they have power over you, when they have the whip hand, their natural arrogance and contempt comes out. This is why women don't do well with power, especially over grown adults. They're abusive. They think that they can rub your nose in the little bit of power that some man has permitted them to have. All the while they're stroking themselves off to telling a man no, they don't realize that they just walked themselves right into a litigation trap. Yeah, women are smarter than men. Now pull the other leg. Back to the article. Another member of staff told him his application would be continuously deferred, effectively denying him membership, he said. CEO Audrey Gelman subsequently put in place admission policy that stated the wing would admit all guests based on their commitments to the wing's mission, regardless of their perceived gender identity. The club says it did not previously have an admissions policy. The lawsuit was dropped shortly afterwards, however the new policy has not proved popular with some members. I guess that since the wing's sugar daddy at WeWork had their little financial difficulty, the legal defense fund is looking a bit light, isn't it? Oh? Oh wait, what's this? WeWork tried to sell its interest in the wing last month. Ooh, right in the baby maker. But it just goes to show that feminism is not profitable on its own. I'll even go so far as to say that feminism is economically and socially detrimental, but that's an argument for another day, and it's just one man's opinion. Back to the article. A 30-year-old member of one of the New York clubs who did not want to be named said, "At first it was jarring. It just started about a year ago and it's getting worse. A guy even checked me out a few weeks ago. The whole purpose of this space is to not have to deal with anything like that." Now I love this because it is just indicative of the mentality of white American women, especially bourgeois white women, but really you can extrapolate it to women in general. Of course it's not all of them, but it's most of them. And that mentality is that they should never be uncomfortable. They should never have to make a hard decision. They should never have to take a risk. They should just be able to float through life in a little bubble of fun and pleasure. And then they realize that other people in fact inhabit the world with them, some good, some bad. So, rather than dealing with other human beings on their own level, on their own ground or their own interest, they develop these little passive-aggressive techniques, these bit shields. My headphones are in, so don't speak to me. My head is down and my nose is in the dirt and I'm not looking at you. Don't speak to me. My shades are on. Don't speak to me. I have these meat shields called friends surrounding me, other women. Therefore, don't speak to me. And women need the shields because, let's face it, they have no skills. Women have no ability to talk their way into getting what they want, or to talk their way out of anything they don't want to be involved in, and they damn sure can't fight anybody off. Women like the above expect the world to run on the basis of her comfort and convenience, something that no rational adult actually believes. Women like to say that girls mature faster than boys, and I agree. Girls do reach maturity sooner than boys, but they also stop maturing mentally at that same point in time. Concluding the article as much as I'm going to read, Caitlin White, 31, who is a member from Los Angeles, added, "It's just annoying. Why do men need to be there? Why can't they respect the spirit of the place? Men have to have everything." Well, Caitlin, for the same reason you women couldn't respect the spirit of the JCs, or the Boy Scouts, or Augusta National Golf Club, or the Rotary Club, and so on, because you saw something that you wanted, access to high-status men and male resources. You felt entitled to be there because of your hurt feelings and nothing else, and regardless of the wishes of the existing membership. And then you ran off to daddy government and said that the boys were being mean for refusing to play with you. But, as the saying goes, the sauce that's good for the gander is good for the goose. You demanded equality. Well, this is what equality looks like. Individual men having the same rights and legal entitlements as individual women. Enjoy it.